What's up? DVU day 158. Having a good day today. Woke up kind of late. I say late, around like 12, and kind of woke up and just started watching the Saints game. So had a good time watching that. Me, my dad, and Izzy. Justice at driver's ed. And I think Mom was running errands. So anyway, enjoyed watching the game. Defense did good. Picked up the defense on my fantasy team. That's 2 weeks in a row now. They only giving up 70, getting some picks and turnovers and sacks. So happy with that, and hopefully I can get some points from Peyton Manning tomorrow. But so anyway, enjoyed watching that. Got a W. So always good when the Saints wins. Kind of carries out the week for everybody else in New Orleans. Has a good week usually. That's how it works down here. But so anyway, I kind of did that, and then usually around like towards the ends of the Saints game, I kind of got to head out somewhere. Actually, from Velocity, we have a kind of a counselor / leaders meeting in around 3 o'clock, usually every Sunday over at my man Isaac's house. And we just kind of talk about what's coming up for Velocity, that week, on that Wednesday. And so today we're kind of just touching up on last minute little things for one night coming up Wednesday, man, 7 o'clock over at Hope Chapel. Definitely want to come check that out. Don't want to miss it. It's going to be a blast, man. We're going to have a great time. Just have fun worshiping God. And our goal, for this one night is to get 15 people saved. So, in my opinion, there's nothing too impossible. As long as we got God on our side, we can get whatever we got to get. So, I'm hoping for 15, but we can get a lot more than that, and I know it. So bring your friends, man. It's for college and high school kids. So, but we'll have a blast. Come check it out. Let me know if you need help getting there or you know where it's at. Again, I'll let you know. But so anyway, just had a meeting on that today, and then after that, my buddy Corey Landry, Mr. Corey, invited me to his little church service they do at 6 o'clock over right off of David Drive out in the Kenner area almost. It's at the YMCA somewhere, some little room they had. So, but I went out to that. Corey wasn't playing drums actually; he wasn't there. But Miss Melissa was singing, sounded good. We got to see little Corey, and we got to see Soraya. So had good doing that. It was a fun time. Worship was great. Message was pretty good. In fact, I'm gonna touch on probably the same thing he touched on in the message. It was pretty good stuff. So anyway, just had a blast doing that. It was around 6 o'clock, and just got home. Probably gonna watch a little more football. Maybe play the training game. All you guys, if you've been watching DVUs, y'all should know what that game is by now. So, probably gonna do that and then study a little bit. Got a test tomorrow, around between like 1 and 3. So y'all be praying for me around that time. I got a big test coming up in that, and then I got to study for it pretty good tonight. So, got that coming up, and then Tuesday I got work, and then Wednesday, Thursday, man, it's, one night, and then it's C20. So it's always a blast. My weeks are packed, but it's packed with some good stuff. So, but anyway, touching the verse tonight. We got Joshua chapter 3, verse 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, we'll go ahead and read the whole thing, and then I'm going to touch on the verse and let y'all kind of hear what I think it's about. But it says, Joshua 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. It says, Joshua told the people, "Consecrate yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you." Joshua said to the priests, "Take up the ark of the covenant and pass it on ahead of the people." So they took it up and went ahead of them. And right now, it's telling me some app just closed. Okay, start where I was at. It said, Joshua said to the priests, "Take up the ark and the covenant and pass it ahead of the people." So they took it up and went ahead of them. And the Lord said to Joshua, "Today I will begin to exalt you in the eyes of all of Israel, so that they may know who I am with you as I was with Moses. Tell the priests who carry the ark of the covenant, when you reach the edge of the Jordan's waters, go and stand in the river." So anyway, a little earlier in the chapter, this is when Joshua was leading the Israelites. He was leading the people of God, to the promised land. He was crossing the Jordan River. In the earlier parts, God was telling Joshua, to prepare. You had to prepare yourselves for entering, the promised land. You had to prepare for that. So in the same way, God's telling us to prepare our lives. We need to prepare for great things before we can do them. If it's like for my situation, I was related to baseball. If I want to prepare, or if I say I want to hit bat 500 and I want to have 20 home runs this next season, right? That's good and all. I can have that as goals, but if I don't prepare and put the work in for that, I'm not going to have those things accomplished. Yeah, I could get lucky and get close to those numbers, but you got to prepare for great things in order for great things to happen. And so anyway, so that was kind of touching on before, the verse 5, God was telling, Joshua to prepare his people to enter the promised land. But so anyway, in verse 5 it says to consecrate yourselves. For tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you. The word consecrate pretty much means, to dedicate or attach yourselves, to that your goal. So he's, Joshua's telling his people to dedicate, to attach yourselves, for tomorrow. The Lord, bless you with amazing things. So he's saying, look, dedicate yourselves to this, attach to your goal, separate yourselves from the things going on, but force yourselves to focus on this task of crossing the Jordan River and going into the Promised Land. Verse 6 is talking about, it says, Joshua said to the priests, take up the Ark of the Covenant and pass it on ahead of the people so that they took it up and went ahead of them. Back then, the Ark of the Covenant was such a holy thing. It was I hate to say it's almost like God, but it was one of the strongest things they had. Closest the Holy Spirit was with the Ark of the Covenant. So in the same way, they put it in front. They said, bring that ahead of us. It's like in our lives, if you're not doing anything without the Holy Spirit, without God, involved in it, then it doesn't matter all the planning, preparing you can do. If God's not involved in that, then it's not really worth it. So in the same way, you need to bring, not your ark, but you need to bring God, before you. You need to involve Him in your preparing, in the task that you're looking to complete. Before anything else, you need to have Him involved. Verse 7 says, and the Lord said to Joshua, today I will begin to exalt you in the eyes of all of Israel, so that they may know I am with you as I was with Moses. Verses talking about, it's kind of said, saying that Joshua's a leader. We're all leaders, but God chooses who and where we are to lead. We just don't know what He wants us to lead just yet. For me, maybe it's playing baseball, playing guitar, I don't know. But God has chosen us to lead in the specific things in our life. He's chosen that. It's not what we want to do sometimes, but it's what He desires of us. It's also talking about in that verse, just as God was with Moses, Jacob and David and Paul, He's with us in the same way. The same way He was with those people throughout their lives, those strong, powerful, godly men. He's in us the same way. Once you accept God, He's got the same power that He has in them, through you. And so anyway, verse 8 is talking about, tell the priests to carry the Ark of the Covenant. When you reach the edge of Jordan's waters, go stand in the river. Once you're, in that obstacle that you're trying to cross, you're prepared for it. You included God in it. He's telling them, look, go take the presence out into that obstacle. Because if we don't have God with us in our obstacles, we cannot get through them. So it's almost like in that verse they're saying that, look, we're proving that, look, since we got God on our side, we can stand right in the middle of our obstacles, right in the middle of our tough situations, because we already know that God's with us. They're standing right in the middle of the river that they're trying to cross with the ark, saying, look, we got this. It's under control. Look, God's on our side. We're standing right in the midst of our troubles. So good verses. Hopefully I like that one too. Check it out. But that's about it. DVU day 158, getting up there. 200's coming soon, man. Trying to do something special, but hopefully by the time 200 comes, I'll be in Michigan. Maybe. I don't know. I'll do the math here. It's about 50 more. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be in Michigan by the time that one. I don't know. I was thinking math. I don't know if maybe in January. I don't know. Let's see. 30 days. I won't be in there. Okay. So yeah, it's coming up soon though. Should be a blast. But DVU day 158. That's a wrap. Hit that like, share, subscribe, double tap buttons as usual. And y'all have a good night. Shout out to Mr. Corey, Miss Melissa, little Corey, Sarai. Thanks for having us tonight. And had a good time. Shout out to Pastor Dave. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. So thankful. So thankful to what you're doing with us in Velocity, man. We're gonna have a blast Wednesday. Y'all come check it out. But sweet dreams. Good night. Have a good day tomorrow.